Welcome back, everyone. If you've checked your portfolio lately, you're probably feeling the sting. The markets are in free fall, and it's not just stocks. Crypto's getting hammered too. New tariffs have hit like a sledgehammer, and the fallout is brutal. Equities are crashing, Bitcoin's bleeding, and altcoins, they're barely hanging on. This is doom and gloom at its finest, folks, but stick with me, because after the storm, I've got a glimmer of hope for 2026. Let's dive into the chaos. Top story. The US government unleashed a wave of reciprocal tariffs last week, some as high as 104%, and they went live just this morning. The result? Absolute carnage. The S&P 500 just logged its worst two-day drop since the COVID crash of 2020, shedding over 10% in a heartbeat. Investors are panicking, and who can blame them? Recession risk is spiking, and crude oil's taken a nosedive. WTI is now below $60 a barrel, thanks to OPEC's surprise production boost, flooding an already shaky market. The US dollar index is crumbling too, down 8% since January. That's supposed to be a safe haven, right? Not anymore. Posts on X are screaming about a global economic meltdown, and honestly, it's hard to argue. This isn't just a blip, it's a full-on crisis unfolding before our eyes. Now, let's talk crypto and where we are heading, including my forecast for the next bull run.
Now, let's talk crypto because it's not dodging this bullet. Bitcoin's down nearly 8% this week alone, flirting with levels we haven't seen since late 2023. Ethereum, a gut-wrenching 20% drop, breaking below 1,387, multi-year lows that have holders sweating bullets. Altcoins like Solana and Ripple aren't faring much better, with double-digit corrections wiping out billions. The data's grim. Over $1.1 billion in BTC and ETH futures got liquidated this past weekend. It's a bloodbath out there. And get this, Bitcoin's underperforming the S&P 500 year to date. That's right, the king of crypto's down 18%, while stocks only lost 15%. If you thought crypto was a hedge against this mess, think again. It's sinking right alongside the Titanic. It gets worse. DeFi's imploding under the pressure. A MakerDAO vault with 32,000 ETH just got liquidated. Poof, gone. More vaults are teetering on the edge, with liquidation thresholds stacking up below $1,300 for ETH. If prices keep sliding, we're looking at a cascade of on-chain chaos. And don't forget the real world. These tariffs are jacking up inflation. CPI swap rates are at 3.5%, highest since early 2023. Imports are getting pricier by the day. Word on the street is iPhones could hit $3,500 if production shifts stateside. US-China trade, it's grinding to a halt. Shipments delayed, factories frozen. Analysts are warning this could choke global supply chains for months, maybe years. Doom isn't just knocking, it's kicking the door down. What about the Fed? They're supposed to save us, right? Well, good luck with that. The CME FedWatch tools showing a flicker of hope. 37.5% chance of 4 rate cuts this year, but tariff-driven inflation might tie their hands. Big names like Morgan Stanley are sounding the alarm. Higher costs could force the Fed to keep rates steady, or worse, hike them again. Today's FOMC minutes might drop another bombshell, and I wouldn't bet on sunshine and rainbows. Liquidity's drying up, risk assets are toast, and the vibe on X, pure despair. One user put it perfectly. It feels like we're getting scammed by the market makers. Maybe we are. This is peak gloom, folks. But hold up. Before you sell everything and move to a bunker, let's talk 2026. Yeah, 2025 is a dumpster fire, but history shows us crypto loves a comeback. These tariffs, they'll hurt short-term, no doubt, but long-term, they could force innovation, new supply chains, decentralized solutions, maybe even a push for crypto as a global hedge once the dust settles. Bitcoin's halving cycles have always sparked bull runs, and we're due for the next one. By 2026, I'm betting we see BTC claw back to $80,000, maybe higher. Altcoins, they're coiled springs right now. Solana, XRP, the whole gang could explode once liquidity floods back. Alt season's coming, and it'll be a phoenix rising from these ashes. Mark my words, 2026 could be the year crypto roars back, bigger and badder than ever. And just when you thought it couldn't get crazier, today's news dropped like a plot twist. Trump announced a 90-day pause on most reciprocal tariffs, except for China, giving markets a breather after days of relentless selling. Wall Street clawed back some losses, with the Dow and S&P 500 bouncing off their lows. Crypto even caught a bid, with Bitcoin and Ethereum ticking up slightly. But here's the kicker. He doubled down on China, jacking up their tariffs to a jaw-dropping 125%. China hit back with 84% duties on US goods. And the trade wars heating up fast. This pause might have pumped markets for now, but don't get too cozy. Analysts are warning this could just be a head fake before more volatility. The tariff saga's far from over, and it's keeping us all on edge. So yeah, we're in the deep end now. Tariffs, crashes, liquidations, and a wild twist today. It's ugly out there, but there's light on the horizon. If you can weather this storm, 2026 might just be your golden ticket. Smash that like button if you're holding strong. Drop a comment with your predictions and subscribe for more no BS breakdowns. We're in this together, fam. See you in the next one. Stay tough.